Hey,
Oh, Emmy.
Jamal.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, Justin,
Jamal.
David. I don't know if you guys remember. I'm good. Justin wasn't there, but the first season, I sat and interviewed you guys, and I think I had like COVID-19. I was so sick. It was went back in the day where you could be sick. Y'all was so nice, and I was over there just covering and coughing, and it was
Oh
before,
no.
But it's great to talk to you guys again. So I'm gonna start with you, Emmy.
Yeah.
I know that you've done Hamilton and some other theater, and I know a lot of theater actors talks about how theater influences, how they take some theater cues for when they're on screen. I wonder if is there anything that you learned on television or film that you take back to theater?
Ooh, I think I think it's a matter of scale. I think it's I've only actually gone back to the stage once since I kind of moved to LA and started doing TV and film, but I feel like I've I've learned to be a more grounded actor in theater. I think in theater sometimes because of the spectacular, essence of it, and because you're having to project to the last row, and because it has this larger than life, and you're dancing and you're singing and you're acting and you're playing instruments and doing just everything you could possibly do. I think sometimes you can get caught up in the larger than life of it all, and I think working in TV and film has kind of I've learned to kind of ground myself in the moments, in the words, in the story that's being told, and the intention of the moments, which was really, really fun to kind of watch myself experience and go through when I went a couple, actually in the beginning of 2020 before COVID, I did an out of town in Washington DC, and so it was really kind of cool to kind of bring what I've learned from TV into theater.
David, like this season, you guys are dealing with a lot of things, but I wonder if like the period of time we're in, it's just we kind of you've always dealt with the apocalypse, but when coming out the pandemic, did that? I mean, can you correlate any of the feelings of feeling like the world's about to end and the character you play to how it felt when we first got into the pandemic?
Well, I mean, I think Diego and myself are different in that way of handling stuff, because when we went into the lockdown, the pandemic, there was just a sense of anxiety, because you didn't really know what to trust and what to do. So there was a helplessness that comes with that, because all you could do is just kind of be told like, this is what's happening, this is what you should do, and all these things. But I think as coming in with Diego and handling this apocalypse, I was more seeing it from like an outside perspective of like, I get to do what I love in a moment where people aren't really allowed to go to work. And so to have that freedom and to be paid to have that freedom to go in and play, there was just a much richer immersion into the storylines and the joy. Because that's the thing, when we go and perform, as much as we are angry and happy and all these, dark places or levity where we play, if you can find joy within that, then, people relate to it, I think, So for me, every time I go to set, it was just a joy to be with these people, to go and play and to portray an apocalypse that obviously isn't real, was obviously something that you're like, great, I get to go home and, have a nice meal and be with my loved ones.
Yeah. And Justin, first I gotta say, look, I know that I'm a Cornell dad.
Oh, congratulations.
My
Go
daughter's
Big
a
Red.
sophomore there right now, so had to give you that shout out. I know that you studied journalism while at Cornell, and I wonder if I could turn it around and ask you to ask me as a fan of the show and a journalist, like what would you want to ask me, the fan, from you in your journalist seat?
I would want to ask, what about the show brings you back season after season?
I think what's most intriguing about the show is that I have faith that you're going to overcome something that looks so dire, and that it's just like figuring out how y'all gonna do it. It kind of just relates to like anytime, at personally, that I'm going through challenges. Like it might look like it's too much, but you can figure it out. I think that kind of hopeful thing that your character's journeys go through just keeps me like intrigued to see what's gonna happen next. But it was great seeing you this season in a full immersed role as Ben. And I can't wait to talk to you guys some more, but I know we're running out of time. Thanks for the time, and I'll see y'all next season, hopefully.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Yes,
Jamal.
hopefully.
Yeah, and tell your daughter congratulations.